Sweet green basil, fresh out of the garden, has such a wonderful aroma and flavor to add to your foods. It's like nothing else. For me, it brings back memories of summers in Italy, with my car filled with tomatoes and bread and a big stack of fresh basil. I could barely get home just with all those intoxicating smells inside my car. And I wanted to share with you how I work with fresh basil in my own kitchen. Quite often when I use fresh basil, I can use the whole leaves, but in some applications you need smaller bits. And if we were to take this basil and simply chop it like you would any other herb, because basil bruises very, very easily, what you'll wind up with in a matter of minutes is a mass of blackened leaves. We don't want that, so we have to treat these delicate leaves very delicately. We don't chop them. We treat them carefully. We don't bruise them. So what you're going to do when you get your fresh basil at home, put it in a glass of water like flowers to keep it until you're ready to use it. And then when you need to cut it, you're going to carefully pick off the leaves and leave a bit of the stem attached. You'll see that that's going to be an important part of cutting this. And these smaller leaves we may save for a garnish. So we're going to stack these leaves up, make one stack. So when you get about 4 or 5 leaves, maybe as many as 8, make sure that all the stems are together at the end, and then roll from one side of the stack to the other so that the stems are sticking out at the end. Once you get your roll made, you're going to make tiny slices of the basil. And the easiest way to do that is to go cut, 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 move your fingers out of the way, cut, 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 move your fingers. Going to continue this way all the way down the roll of basil. And when you get to the end, you see why we left those stems? They became a handle. This goes into the garbage bucket. And what we have here are wonderful shreds of basil. This is called chiffonade. It's a technique that we use for basil and for occasionally fresh spinach, not often, and now and again for cabbage. That's about it. So let's take our beautiful fresh basil and use it as a flavoring agent and a beautiful garnish on our tomato salad. That's it, chiffonade of basil.